What up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Rev Wrap It Up in the sports world. I am Josh Mabry alongside my co host for the evening, the lovely Soul. How we doing?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. This is the end of the resting period in the sports world. This is it. So this might be a little smaller show for you guys, but guess what? It's only going to get more and more busy for us to keep up with everything, especially with the five ring competition coming up here soon. It's pretty much starting Thursday.
Yeah, the opening ceremony is Friday, but we got some stuff happening before the opening ceremony in the world of soccer.
Yes, and so there's still some stuff to get into in the wild world of sports, but yes, we that 4 year tradition, which has kind of got screwed up by COVID, but then kind of didn't. But anyway, we're back to square one here with the Olympics. We'll be talking about that. That we did have the All Star break, other things that happened, but let's get right into running the bases. We did have the All Star break that I just mentioned. The National League did take it 5-3. Shohei Ohtani and Jaron Duran went yard. Kind of an uneventful thing. The biggest, I guess, thing that came out of it was the female singer who I cannot remember her name. My apologies. Who unfortunately will always be known for her national anthem and not in a good way. And then the next day, she came out and said that she was blitzed and checked herself into rehab the very next day following that. Anyway, that's what happened there. Um,
Fergie will is so happy about it,
yes,
probably.
Fergie, and there's some other guys, there's some other people that have done some pretty bad nationally televised. Um, you know, what was it? Not, anyway, I remember Luke Bryan got screwed. He was looking on. He had the lyrics written on his hand, so he got crap for that. Still, Fergie was definitely up there with one of the. Oh my God, what was that? Christina Aguilera, when she was going all over the place during the national anthem for the Super Bowl one year, she was just trying to get all the octaves instead of just kind of staying within the pocket, but also
Hmm.
doing her own thing. She got way too outside the pocket, like Fergie did. This girl was just not there,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But I'm
and
glad
I'm
that
glad she's getting the help that she needs.
yes, I'm glad she is there. I'm sorry that's the that's the thing that we're talking about when it comes to All Star break, but it's baseball. It is what it is. But some good things did happen. My Reds won today against Atlanta, and
Congratulations.
yes, and I am happy, but I'm also just seeing the inevitable and the fact that Ellie De La Cruz. I am just going to appreciate him being on the team for as long as he's going to be, because come contract or they trade him, he is going to. This is a $400 million man, and I've got a video to prove why. He basically outruns a dribble in within the infield, hit to first base. Yes, the first baseman missed it, and then a guy basically bats a fair ball into kind of the right, not the full right corner, but the right where the ball bat boy and stuff would be.
Hmm.
And Ellie scores from third base, which is ridiculous speed. And let's watch it.
Let's do it.
And rolled opposite way, backhand Riley against the grain throw. Speed, the Ellie effect. De La Cruz very much a threat to run. Candelario first.
Enjoy them while you have them.
De La Cruz
He's so good.
Duvall gathers Candelario going up to second. Wave is on De La Cruz. The throw to the plate. He
And
is
he did
safe.
that standing up.
Backside Candelario claims third.
That's
it is
what's nuts about
3-0.
Yeah,
It
I
is
mean,
impressive.
that's just ridiculous.
Very impressive.
That's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm very definitely looking forward to us finishing maybe 500, not make the playoffs for the next 2 years, and then LA De La Cruz is a Yankee, Dodger, who knows? But
Maybe
I'm
Red
just
Sox.
enjoying
No, I'm just kidding.
whatever. It ain't. He's not gonna be a Red for the. He'll be a Red for the next year or maybe the year after that. I don't know how the contracts in baseball are kind of weird when it comes to that stuff, but I expect Ellie to be playing for, getting paid, and
Right.
it's not by the Reds.
And he deserves to get paid.
Oh yeah, dude. He's a franchise changer, game changer for sure. But that's all I've got for running the bases. But that doesn't mean that we're not still scoring. which is my weird segue into talking about Team USA basketball. So Serbia, they won 105-79 USA. These are all exhibitions. It's kind of a tune-up, trying to figure out. They have different lineups every single time. This isn't exactly the team you're going to see, but you would hope for domination. It did happen, at least in this game.
Yeah.
The starting five for this game was LeBron James, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Steph Curry, Drew Holiday. Obviously, they had the Joker on Serbia, and he was still ridiculously good. It was crazy. I mean, he is a one-man. He's not a one-man show, but you can definitely tell that it's him and a bunch of guys.
He has a little bit more help than Luka does.
Yes, he has a
in
little bit more
Slovenia.
help, but you can just tell there's definitely a big drop-off between Joker and the rest of them. Joker and the Thieves. Not saying that you are thieves, but you get the point. It's Joker and the band. Okay. And so, but he finished with 16-11. He's a walking double-double anyway. Steph was nuts this game, which he was. He's on and off, but that's what it happens when you have a three-point shooter, even the best one ever. KD, obviously, I'm not expecting him to ever play until the Olympics, and calves are calves, especially at his age. I don't know what's going to be. Bogdanovic, he's still an NBA player, but he was out. So we didn't really see. Again, we didn't see US with full strength. We didn't get Serbia with full strength. That being said, even with Bogdanovic, I don't think it's going to make a difference between the two. But they are in our group. So, so it was good to see that they came out and were dominant. With that, I don't know if we're able to watch the game, but that freaking loose ball from Bam passes, and Drew Holiday makes a cut, and then does a little behind the back right to Steph was just pretty basketball. That was the
Bam
highlight.
showing how important he is to this team.
Who?
Bam.
Oh yeah, Bam Adebayo was he was shooting lights out too with that, and yeah, Steph was doing great. Anthony Davis was blocking everything this game. This was the Team USA we were expecting.
Yeah. And only game that we got them.
Right. But at the end of the day, you play to win the game. I know the other ones, Australia was, up and down. We did handle Canada, which is arguably I don't think it's an argument. They are the second best team in the Olympics. We handled them pretty well. But again, that was the first game. There's a lot of turnovers and stuff like that. But the one that kind of made everyone kind of like, what the crap's going on, was South Sudan. So you want to kind of tell us what the crap was that?
Yeah, so our starting five there, we got LeBron James, Drew Holiday, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, and Steph Curry. And LeBron led all scorers with 25 points. I will be honest here, I watched the first half and I watched the fourth quarter. So the only quarter that I did not watch was the one that we went off, apparently. I was going to the Inter Miami game, so I watched the fourth quarter at my brother's, the first half here at home. South Sudan played really, really well. And we were sloppy, and turnovers, we talked about it last week against Canada. We had a lot of turnovers, and we had a lot of turnovers against South Sudan. We're going to have a lot of turnovers in the next game we'll talk about against Germany. It's just, I'm more worried about the men's side, and they won all of their games, than I am on the women's side, which we will get to. There was moments of angry LeBron, and he would drive into the paint. He would get that score, and then they'd be like, oh, he's woken up. Don't wake up, beast. And then South Sudan would do something crazy. And I'd be like, where the beast at, though? Like, obviously, he scored 25 points this game, but still, it was one of those where I need to see more from these boys. We want to see them blowing out a team like South Sudan. But credit to South Sudan, they were up 58-44 at halftime, and that's when I left my house. So I didn't really get to see the third quarter. Maybe you could speak on that a little bit. But yeah, we put Steph back in the game, and we almost lost it because Steph was not hot at all from the three-point line. So my brother said it, and I agree with him. If Steph's not hot, just bench him. If he starts off hot, You keep him in the game. If he's not hot that game, just bench him because we have better players that are more defensively minded that will get us through. Because Steph almost cost us the game.
Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see once KD. Obviously, we just had our last warm up against Germany. We'll talk about that one. I didn't really get to watch this game because I had an event that night. So I was just, and I saw your message be like, "We're about to lose to South Sudan." Really, I saw that, and I was like, "Oh damn!" And then I saw the score. I'm like, "What the heck happened?" But shout out to Carleek Jones, former Louisville guy, plays for South Sudan, and he went off. It was kind of
when
crazy.
they said he was a Louisville guy, I was like, "Oh, I should message Josh this," but then I didn't.
Yeah. So shout out to that. But yeah, I mean, you thought this was a wake up call, and then Germany almost took us to the brink, and then LeBron had to take over with that. Which the starting lineups for that one, we won 92-86, which happened today, and it was LeBron, Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, Drew Holiday, and Steph Curry. Again, us just trying to figure out which lineup works. Long story short, if we start out the Olympics next week and KD is going to be if KD's playing, KD's starting. I don't know if they're going to slow roll him off the bench. I don't think. I think KD has came off the bench maybe his middle school year when he was only 6 foot. Like I just yeah. I don't think I don't remember the last time KD, if he was playing and he was healthy, didn't start his whole basketball career. So yeah, if KD's healthy, KD's playing. And you remember like Melo, Olympic Melo? KD's got that. Like KD, when it comes to Olympic time and he's on the Olympic team, a lot of times it's like, all right, KD, just go get us a bucket. KD get you a bucket. With that, just of his just shot making, dribbling, and all that. Don't ask him to get you a rebound, but you can get you a bucket. With that. So, but LeBron, I will say, I remember years ago when LeBron did that, like, push down and then the chest, and then the pat chest twice, and I was like, watch, every kid in America is going to start doing that. And guess what? Every kid in America starts doing that. Now with this Olympics, LeBron's starting to do this little shoulder flex. Every kid in America is going to do that once they get an and one. It's good, but it's fine. It's the influence that he has with that. But I'm not too worried. But if we screw this up, I don't know if it's going to really fall. It's going to fall on the players, but it's more going to fall on that maybe Kerr is just not that good of a coach. I would put it that way. Even Spoelstra's being on there, but sometimes you have some of the best assistants, but if you don't listen to them.
Yeah. And my brother and I, we were talking, we're like, do you think Spoelstra's like, hey, play Bam? Because, like, I see Bam week in, week out, and when Bam's been on the court, he's been a beast. And Bam, he's getting minutes, but I feel like Bam should get the start. And maybe that's me in my Miami Heat bias.
It is. Because you put LeBron, you have to start LeBron. You have to start it. Like I said, if KD's healthy, you start KD. I still say you start Steph. You have to. He's still the best point guard on the team, even though Drew Holiday is a better defender. But there's no better. He's the pure scoring ability and dishing ability, and people have to know where Steph Curry is on the floor at all times, especially on the offensive end with as much motion as he does. And Steve Kerr has been his coach's. The whole Steve Kerr's coaching career, so it's not like he doesn't know how to utilize Steph.
Right.
With that, and to me, if you're asking me if you're going to start Anthony Davis over Bam, I'm going with Anthony Davis. But that's not to say that Bam could possibly start at the 4. I just think that you basically talked Joel and recruited Joel Embiid into staying with us, so he's probably going to get the start.
Yeah.
I mean, and so even though. And Joel finally showed up.
Yeah, he did play well against Germany. I literally was on the
block
phones
that he had against Germany that led to the Anthony Edwards dunk was just beautiful.
I had it on. Literally, I had it on my on silent, so I was watching the game on silent while I was taking calls for work. Yeah. So literally, it was just there in the background for me. To me, though, like, if we need to be defensively minded at all, and defense wins championships, we all know this. Bam, Drew, AD.
Yeah, that's our and That's why Derek is on the team. But again, you're telling me he's a better defender than Jaylen Brown? I thought they both were defending the hell out of the ball. I mean, the Celtics were so much better than everyone else that it's just hard to be like, well, who's the better defender? I don't know. They're all good. That's why they just did what they did. I still would have loved to see the Nuggets and the Celtics in the final just to make sure, because as Ric Flair once says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And sometimes your path is what it is. And some people are saying that the Celtics had an easy championship. I'm like, but it's a championship. I don't care what it is. You still got to beat the team, and they handle their business every time. And I'm expecting the Team USA to still handle their business. So they got their tune-ups. They know their faults. They know what they're good at. And let's do the damn thing.
But speaking of Team USA, let's go over to the women's side in the WNBA All-Star Game, which was against Team USA. So, but before the game, and we mentioned this last week, Diana Taurasi Court was revealed, and that is where both Team USA and Team WNBA practice. Here's some videos showing the state-of-the-art building. So let's watch DT just in awe.
Wow. You guys, which way?
To the right.
Wow.
To your left hand.
You usually don't see DT like this, just...
She's so just,
Which court is yours? Just
a dog mentality. I'm going to rip someone's head off.
Wow. You see renderings and you see videos, and then you just think it's never going to happen because there's just so much work. But this is amazing. Yeah.
Look at this locker room.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. This is my first time. Holy show me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Check your little basket. Oh my god. Oh my. How is it, Drew? What do you think? I haven't slept for 7 days.
She sounds like a little kid there. What do you think? It looks so nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I hang out there?
Right.
All right, I guess it's time to get ready for Paris. As a basketball player, it's just a dream come true. When everything's under one roof and all you have to worry about is bringing your best self as a basketball player, it's next level.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. The next one is of Holly just touring the BG, giving a little bit of tour of her locker, and then Rebecca Lowe not having to dunk in the shower.
Having to duck, you mean?
Lobo. Yeah, Lobo. Yeah.
The designers just told me that because Mercury is an element, their names look like the elements. I want it behind the scenes. Yeah, show me what you want. Tell me, take me.
The BG locker.
Oh, the BG locker.
You just pull
Look at this.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
You can put all your shoes, everything you need right there.
I love that pull-out. I've never seen
Ventilation.
one like that. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
ventilation too.
Oh, yeah,
like so.
you need that for the shoes
The
sometimes.
shoes. Yeah,
Mine
yeah.
don't stink, but some
Some people's might. Oh my gosh. Oh, you've already got stuff in here. We are at the New Phoenix Mercury practice facility. Oh my God. Their kitchen. Look how big the kitchen. Okay, I love what Matt Ishby said is the weights are for women. The measurements are for women's bodies, which is amazing.
Oh, here's the logo here.
Nice.
We're touring the New Phoenix Mercury facility.
Yeah.
We're in the shower because we want to show you.
How tall Lobo is.
Stand there.
it is an enormous
Unlike that
shower.
hotel, I don't have to dunk.
Look at that.
I'm at the hotel. I don't have to duck.
And then the last video we have here is DT taking her first shot on DT court. I love how she's like, I don't want to miss it, and then does a layup instead.
I just want the paparazzi to get her with her hair down. I've yet to see DT in like 7 years with her hair not in the bun. Granted, I don't look out for it, but I'm just saying, like every time I see DT, she got her hair pulled back and everything like that. And but
going on to back to the All-Stars and less on DT court, and that facility, which looks amazing. And I just wish that everyone can have a facility as cool as that. Got Alicia Gray over here. She won both the 3-point contest and the skills challenge. And by winning both, she's won $115,150. To put in perspective, her salary this year is $185,000. So she's made a good percentage of her salary just in one night.
Right. So congratulations to Alicia on winning both. I will say, go get your money. The skills challenge, nothing against them, but there's a part in the skills challenge, and I don't know if you watched it, but where they had these like rotating, they called them lightsabers or whatever, but they had the rotating, and you just had to shoot 3 balls. You got 3 balls in the rack, and if you can keep going if you hit one, right? Well, there was one, I don't know if it might have been Cunningham that beat out Mabry to get in the finals, and she didn't hit any one of them. She just shot them real quick. So to me, in order to go to the next spot, shouldn't you have to make that basket? Like I'm like, what was the point? Oh, you still advanced even though you didn't do everything correctly? Like, come on, man. Where are we at? Now, granted, she still Alicia, sorry. It was my fault. Alicia still won. And then also going to the 3-point contest, you had 2 heavy hitters that didn't compete.
Sure.
You had Sabrina and Cece did not compete in that, which I think that they're holding out, because I was sitting there because I was back at home and my dad was sitting there going, Caitlin Clark's not competing in the 3-point contest. I said, yeah, neither is Sabrina. And they're holding out to do the NBA one. I think that's what they're doing that.
I also don't think it's just a holdout. I think it's literally, and they talked to Angel Reese too about this, were you asked to be part of the skills challenge? And she said yes, and she declined because she's like, I need some rest. And Caitlin said, I need rest as well.
Right.
So both of them were asked to be part of the pre-festivities before the game the night before, and they both were like, nah, I need to chill. I've been playing basketball nonstop for a while, from college to now professional. Yeah, let me have a night off. So both of them deserve their night off, and I'm just happy for Alicia Gray here.
Yeah, no, but well-deserved, Alicia. She was definitely, when I was watching the skills challenge of the ones that were competing, she definitely was easily the best one in the skills challenge.
Yeah.
And then obviously she won the 3-point contest. So go make your money. Go get
make
your money.
But yes, girl.
The skill. But yeah, WNBA, fix the skills challenge and make sure that you have to complete every daggone challenge, and don't just do it as whoever did the fastest. Doesn't matter if you make it. Like,
right?
What's that telling? What's that telling society? Okay.
Remember, BG was just like, I just want to be fast.
Right. Yeah. BG was out there. I'm like, really? BG's competing? Okay. All right. She did have the slowest time, what I was expecting, but still, she was out there.
And we love her anyways.
Yeah.
But on to the actual game, and just like right before Tokyo, Team WNBA beat Team USA 117-109 in the All-Star game. So before people get worried, this happened before Tokyo as well. It tends to happen. As Roger Sherman tweeted out, obviously impossible to replicate in other sports, and only possible once every 4 years. But Team USA in their most valuable tune-up game versus all the WNBA stars pissed off they didn't get selected to Team USA is by far the best all-star game format in sports.
Yeah, because Team USA is not going to try and go out there and get injured or hurt anything because they
Yeah.
have an Olympics to play for. And the other girls are like, I should have been on that freaking roster. And surprise, surprise, the girl that I thought, not Caitlin Clark, not Angel Reese, but the girl I thought was
We both
unfortunately
thought.
left off. What?
We both thought.
We both thought was Arike.
Arike
And
Ogunbowale.
she was pissed.
Yeah, Arike Ogunbowale breaks the record for the most points in a WNBA All-Star game with 34 points and rightfully wins the All-Star MVP. Stewie wasn't too far behind with 31 points, 10 rebound, double-double for Team USA. Unsurprisingly, Angel Reese gets another double-double with 12 point, 11 rebounds, and is the first rookie in WNBA history to record a double-double in an All-Star game. Speaking of records, Caitlin Clark only scored 4 points, but she set a rookie record with 10 assists, playing the second most minutes for Team WNBA behind Arike. Angel was asked what it was like to play on the same team as Caitlin Clark, and she responded with, "It's so cool. When she gets the ball, I'm running, looking for the ball, because I know she's going to throw it. She's been great to play with. Hopefully in 4 years, we'll be Olympians together." And I think we got a video here showing CC getting that ball to Angel.
Yeah.
Does it get you excited, Josh?
They can exist together, guys. They can exist together. It's weird. It's like on the court when they're opponents, they want to bite each other's heads off. But when they're teammates, they realize they're both really good at this.
As Angel put it, like, oh, we'll wear our get along t-shirts.
Right. Yeah. It's just, yes. Does Angel garner, and she was like, come on, I'm also playing too. I understand that. But
the full quote too, that people took a portion of that quote and ran with it in the media instead of saying the full quote, which was honoring all the people in the WNBA. So the media is at fault, not Caitlin or Angel.
Right. And my favorite one though is actually Aaliyah Boston. Anytime there's a fever and it's her and Caitlin like set her assist record for like 19 assists, and Aaliyah's just like, I know she won't say it, but I thought it was awesome that she set the rookie record, but she's not going to say it, so I'll talk to her.
And I love when the vets do that with their rookies. I love Aaliyah doing that for Caitlin. I love when Asia's doing it for Kate Martin. I just love that these rookies feel like they're being taken care of, and that makes me happy because they're amazing.
Yeah. And I know this wasn't part of our rundown here, but speaking about Kate Martin, Kate, don't scare me like that. I thought she was done there for a second. So don't scare me like that, Kate. Glad to see you're still healthy.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that too. But the last thing I want to leave us here with on the WNBA side is the great words to live by the great Cheryl Miller, who coached WNBA to that dub.
Having fun. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun. Nonetheless.
If they come down close, if it's not your player, pick them up.
You gotta pick up. Just match up. Just match up. Exactly. Great job. Great job. Let's go. I'm having fun.
For those who don't know who Cheryl Miller is, she's one of the greatest, if not arguably the greatest. Now, obviously, at the time, she was definitely the greatest women's basketball player. And people were giving crap to Reggie Miller, her brother, because they thought that he was living under her shadow. And so people were, when he was at UCLA and stuff like that, people were shouting, Cheryl, Cheryl, and like all that because to try and get under his skin. Turns out they both had pretty good careers.
Yeah. And Cheryl Miller, I'm having fun. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm going to tell my boss that during the review. It's like, I'm having fun. I don't know what I'm doing. That'll go over well.
But I'm just like, isn't that everyone? If you don't know what you're doing, at least have some fun. Live your life like Cheryl Miller.
That's such a Ted Lasso, like at like season 1 is like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna have fun. Let's go. Believe.
But we have some stuff more than just basketball. Josh, you want to talk British Open?
Yes. So Xander Schauffele, of America, took the Brits down. They didn't bring it home for the Brits there in the Open. It's called the Open, but it's not technically the British Open, which is the last of the 4 majors of the year. Typically, they would have, like I said, we typically would have the PGA in August, but because of being hot and I don't know, just they switched it back to being more towards the beginning of the year after the Masters. It's always going to be the Masters, then became the PGA, then became the U.S. Open, and then the Open. But Xander won his second major for the year, and he was kind of like when will he ever do it? Can he ever win the big one? And he won twice this year, and this is the first time since 2008, I believe, that all 4 majors were won by Americans, which was a crazy stat.
USA.
Yeah,
USA.
America, yeah. But yeah, so shout out to Xander for winning the PGA and the Open, Bryson DeChambeau for winning the U.S. Open, and Scottie Scheffler for winning the Masters. So, who knows if Scottie Scheffler didn't get arrested and all other stuff, if Xander only would have won this year, who knows? But this was the first major that Xander's dad was at. There's a cool video of him just getting physically. You can just tell his lip was starting to quiver and get real emotional because he wasn't able to watch his son win his first major at the PGA, but was able to watch him win the Open there. Look, I mean, Scottie Scheffler is obviously probably running away with the for those who don't know, in the golf world, they do have a overall championship for based on how you do overall in the tour. There's points and stuff involved. Obviously, Scottie Scheffler is running away with it. It's the FedEx Cup is what they call it. But basically, and then they also a couple of weeks ago for the Ryder Cup, for the people that don't know, it is basically it's probably my favorite event that golf does is because it's more of a team event. You have the Americans versus the Europeans. Not obviously there's like you have Sergio from Spain, Roy McIlroy from you have Roy from Ireland,
Northern Ireland.
in Northern Ireland, and you have other golfers from all of Europe taking on Team USA of whoever the captain decides to bring on the team. Typically, it's a point thing, and all. I don't know. They have captains and stuff like that. Keegan Bradley, which is he's 38. He was named captain, which was kind of crazy for as young as he is. Typically, they were wanting Tiger to do it. Long story short, he didn't want to do it. So Keegan is taking over now. Can the captain play? I don't know. But for those who don't know, the Ryder Cup happens every 2 years, and it goes in every 2 years. It goes to an American course, then a British course, or a European course, and typically where they play, that team wins.
Yeah.
We got destroyed last year in Europe, but it is a great crowd because that's the first time you ever see, boo, yay, like you actually have more of a tribal.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's one of the few golf tournaments that I will actually watch.
It's just so fun to watch. It's just a different atmosphere, and it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, that's what I've got. So shout out to Xander for having a hell of a year, and Scottie Scheffler for also just being ridiculously good. But Xander getting 2 in 1 year, that's very tough to do. Not many people do that.
And going on to more novelty acts, Le Tour, Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the Slovenian is the winner, which help me out with that one. I cannot pronounce his name to save my life.
Tadej Pogacar.
Pogacar. Yeah, but going into this, all we heard was the Slovenian was really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Slovenian. I guess that was really good. The best sprinter was from
Eritrea.
Biniam, you picked a really good person to do this segment, by the way. Biniam Girmay, and then the King of the Mountains was an Ecuadorian, I think it's Ricard or Richard. I don't know how to pronounce.
Richard Carapaz.
Yeah, but that could be pronounced like 4 different ways, guys. I'm trying to be good here. I think you just made me do this for the comedic part of it. All right. This Belgian person. All right. Shout out to Remco Evan Poel. Evan Poel or Evine Poel.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was like,
But
I'm gonna have Josh
he's the
pronounce
amateur.
European
He's under
names.
26. He got the white jersey of the best young rider, the amateur. It's been a while since we've heard of a Lance Armstrong or any American doing well with this. All I have to say is just put their bike at like the tip of Florida and just go down, just make them drive right up and down the Appalachians. Like we have enough U.S. here, you can train for it. In the atmospheres and stuff like that, where it gets to a certain point. But we just haven't had that one guy yet. And come on, guys, just go to West Virginia. Just don't get off the exit, but just go to West Virginia, ride them mountains.
Yeah. I watched like the tiniest, but this was like Le Tour is usually one of those that my dad is watching, and
Right.
I just walk and see it in the living room, and it's kind of just the background noise of them on their bikes. So I know that Tushka brought it up a few weeks ago about Le Tour. As I jokingly I walk into the room and I'm like, Dad, how's Le Tour? But I'm gonna shout out the Ecuadorian just because my sister-in-law is Ecuadorian. So my niece and nephew are half Ecuadorian, and they won King of the Mountain. So congratulations!
Congratulations to all the cyclists. I didn't pronounce your name worth a shit.
I mean, there's a reason why I had you do it.
Yeah. Congratulations to you guys. You did the two-wheel sport very well.
Well, you ready to go to some Olympics news?
Yeah, let's talk about them 5 rings.
The 5 golden rings. So we got some sad news. Lena Oberdorf will be missing the Paris Olympics. The 22-year-old German midfielder suffered an ACL injury in their pre-Olympic game against Austria and will have to miss the Summer Olympics days before the tournament starts. This is a big loss for Germany, and I feel really bad for Lena Oberdorf. We're wishing her a speedy recovery. I hate that my brain goes to this as the competitor side. Germany is in the same group as us, and we have them missing Lena Oberdorf. They have a few other injuries. We have Australia missing Sam Kerr due to an ACL injury. It looks like Zambia might be our toughest opponent, just based on the way that they play and with Barbara Bandas. But thoughts on losing another knee to the ACL?
That joint, unfortunately, in female bodies is very not sturdy. Longer recovery time, stuff like that. It stinks, but you see it a lot in female athletes, unfortunately, more than the men's side of it. And it's a joint that we wish we don't watch medical videos of them repairing it. Long story short on that, because if you do, just don't. But it just feels like it's opening the door for if you were like, oh, that won the female gold medal in soccer, we're like, huh. Didn't see that one coming, but the way it's going with all the injuries and stuff, you could, like you said, some other countries that you typically do not think of being soccer powerhouses, especially on the female side, maybe coming away by podium medaling, making the podium there with that. But yeah, it just you want the best.
Yeah, you want to compete against the best.
You want the best. So
yeah.
I mean, a win's a win. But I hate for the fact of, but I don't want that, but this person didn't play.
Yeah, I feel you. It's one of those where this is better odds for the U.S., but if I want to cheer on my U.S. team, I want my U.S. team to play the best teams and to play a fully healthy team as well. So, like, I'm very sad that Sam Kerr is not going to be playing in the Olympics because she's so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Australia's in our team. It's better for us not to be there, but she's arguably one of the best players on the female side in the sport. And so these injuries make me sad.
Yeah. Where's Sweden in all this?
Sweden did not make.
I didn't think so. I was like, I'm making sure I didn't read that correctly because
In-
typically every time we play Sweden, they are a pain in the butt.
Yeah, whereas Sweden didn't make it, England didn't make it, but
Did Brazil make it?
Brazil made it, I believe.
Okay, I know Marta's not playing with them anymore, but still.
Marta is this is her last tournament.
It was her last World Cup. That's what.
Yeah, that was her last World Cup. This is her last tournament, and then she's even said, even though, because people are like, come back and play because Brazil's going to be hosting the next Women's World Cup, and she goes, no, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be advocating, but I won't be playing in it. But we're going to go on to some happier news, and this is just us just loving the fit. Team Mongolia has the best Olympic outfits. They put out a YouTube video that we're going to watch and just look at how badass these are. And will the U.S. ever wear something this cool?
I don't know.
Look at how cool that looks. And also, top-notch video. Whoever did this on Team Mongolia. That purse looks great. Like, I don't know how many Mongolian athletes are playing in the Olympics, but they're gonna look the best out of anyone on the opening ceremony.
Yeah, that soundtrack was cool as hell too.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of Team Mongolia's outfit?
I mean, the detail that are in all of those is very, very cool. When I think of Mongolia, unfortunately, just my U.S.
Genghis
culture,
Khan.
that Genghis Khan, and then the episode of South Park. If you know, I'm not going to go into it. Just look up South Park Mongolia. I'm not going to do it for reasons. I'm not going to go into it, but yes, Genghis Khan, obviously number one. With that, we're all pretty much Mongolians. It kind of seems like it the way that bloodline worked. But we're not at the same time. But anyway, that's history that I'm probably screwing up as I'm talking. Long story short, those are really cool. And
Yeah.
I was waiting for the beat to drop with the song that was playing in the background, but that was really cool.
Yeah, I love them. They look so cool, and
so cool.
I'm just like, we will never be that cool, but it's okay. It's okay.
We're very basic when it comes to our Olympic opening ceremony stuff. Very basic.
Yeah, very basic. But someone that's not basic, Josh, you want to read the next topic?
Yeah. LeBron James has been chosen to be the flag bearer, which is the first that's the first male basketball player to receive this honor. With that, you figured with the dream team they'd have but LeBron will be carrying the flag. I mean, it kind of makes sense. When you think of probably go outside of the U.S. and say, all right, when it comes to an American athlete, who's the first thing you think of? LeBron's probably, survey said like he's probably going to be one or two as far as athletes.
LeBron, Simone Biles,
Right.
I mean, Michael Phelps, but he's not there.
I mean,
anymore.
Michael Jordan is still
Yeah.
going to be on tip of people's tongues. It's kind of the thing. Is like LeBron, Michael Jordan, maybe Simone, maybe Michael. I mean, yeah, Michael Phelps. You would think, but yeah, LeBron is still that athlete that is internationally known more than anyone else for that. Now, I don't know if you saw the video today, but they were doing everyone shot left-handed free throw contest after practice. LeBron writes left-handed, so he said that he's dominant. He's not, his offhand is his right hand. He's been shooting with his right hand for 40 years. And so he won the free throw contest shooting with his main shooting hand, but he says it's not as dominant because he writes with the left. As a person who writes with his left hand and my shooting hand is his right, my right hand is my dominant hand when I shoot basketball. And then he won it, and then he crowned himself. Dude, come on! Come on!
King James.
SNL couldn't write that script any better.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you, LeBron, for being you, and also for reading The Godfather when you said you did and you didn't. We know that. But just the list of just like why would you you're just making it easy. You're making it easy for us. But no, congratulations, LeBron. I mean, you're the one that came out and said, and after as soon as we lost in the FIBA games, FIBA World Cup, you're like no. So he's been gung ho about these Olympics, so it makes sense.
Yeah, you can see how much he cares.
It would have been cool if Simone was there. Just saying.
True. But the Olympics, the opening ceremony is this Friday, as we said earlier. There's some pre-opening ceremony stuff happening because there's a lot of shit to do for the Olympics. A lot of different sports. But Josh, what are you most excited for?
All the flawns. Shout out to my girl Ashley. It's like one of those Olympic sports that goes on forever because it's like the decathlon and stuff like that. So they compete in all track and field events. You have that one person that does like the high jump and the discus throw and all of that. They literally compete in every track and field sport. So I'm always looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the BMX road course. Yes, that's the thing. I'm looking forward to the breakdancing competition. That's a first that they're doing this year. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do that. I'm also always looking forward to turning it on and seeing just people swimming in a river and having no clue what the hell's going on.
Right.
Like the obscure sports are like, what's going on? And like
watching. It's almost like ESPN 8 the Ocho.
Right. It's like ESPN 8 the Ocho. Like you're watching, if you watch 2 minutes of water polo and you're tired. Watch them tread water like that, and then just having to get themselves up and throw the ball, and it's in like 8 foot of 9 foot of water. It's ridiculous. So like, yes, I went on a big thing, but the Olympics are always cool because you see all these sports and they get the recognition, and then they go dormant for the next 3 years, next 4 years, and then we excited to see people randomly swimming in a river and being like, "Go that person!"
Like this is for Winter Olympics, but do I watch curling normally? No. But do I love watching curling at the Olympics? Yes. So one of my favorite things, as you stated, at the Olympics is the obscure sports that you watch. And it's just like, or handball. Why do we not play handball in the United States? It's such a fun game to watch. And I only ever watch it in the Olympics, but that's not a game that we play in this country. As the two most popular is always the track and field and the swimming. So, and gymnastics too. So, always excited to watch us dominate in those three because USA. USA.
I'm sorry, her name is escaping my mind, but I'm expecting the hurdler. She's from Kentucky. She's out of Kentucky, and she just got married recently. I expect her to set all the records this Olympics. Is it Noah? Is that the sprinter?
Noah Lyles is the male
right.
100 and 200 meter.
Yeah. Noah Lyles. I expect him to. I hope you already brought out the Blue Eyes White Dragon in the trials, man. What else you better bring up some like Mystic Pokemon. I'm just saying, bring out some Mystic Pokemon cards or something like that. Or maybe the Olympics might not allow, that type of thing. Who knows what's in the rules? I'm expecting that. I'm expecting Katie Ledecky to just dominate,
break a record,
break all the records. As far as just other Simone Biles to get back on track and win the singles competition there. Trying to think of other athletes that typically, we get hyped up for.
And then I want our girls to get gold in both in women's basketball and women's soccer. The men, it would be great for them to medal. I don't expect much on them on the soccer side of things. I hope that the men win gold in basketball.
That's going to ruin my whole Olympics if they don't.
Right.
I'm such a basketball junkie, and I expect the women to just dominate the crap out of.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, they haven't lost a game since '92, and the game hasn't caught up internationally like it
Yeah.
has
On the men's side.
On the men's side. So I expect us to still go out there and just dominate the crap out of it.
I just don't want Canada to beat us, if I'm being honest, on the men's side.
Well, I know it's going to be some close games just because the game has caught up so much, and it's different styles because the NBA game now is just so free flowing that it's a little bit more physical. But if we can't rise to that challenge, being the team that we have, then what are we doing? But totally looking forward to the Olympics. It's always a fun time because you get off work, or you flip it on, you got something going on, you just look up and it's like, oh, it's crew. It's like, what's crew? Rowing. Why don't they call it rowing? I don't know. They call it crew now, and they beat the drum, and they still do it.
Let us know down in the comments below, what are you most excited for to watch? Let us know in the live chat if you're watching with us too.
Hey, Justin, thanks for joining.
But you ready to go on to some kicking and screaming, some soccer news?
Yeah. Can we score a goal against Costa Rica? That's my screaming.
Seems like that's not a possibility for our team. Not really much to speak about in this game. We don't have any videos to watch because
there's no highlights. Nothing happened.
The U.S. tied Costa Rica 0-0. The U.S. had a lot of chances, but is struggling in the final third. Costa Rica goalkeeper was really good. You can kind of say she stood on her head, but at the same time, the saves that she was making, any good goalkeeper would make those saves. There wasn't any incredible, oh my God, I can't believe she saved that. Kind of, and that's just based on us just not being as clinical in the final third as we could be. Rose Lavelle was supposed to start this game, but she was a late scratch. Hopefully she's okay. I believe she's in France right now, so I think she's gonna be okay. But
you've been saying she's been hobbled a little too.
Yeah, she's injury prone. So Corbin Albert got the start, and I gave Corbin her due last week when playing against Mexico. That's probably the best game that she's played in a U.S. shirt. She played like crap against Costa Rica. And it's one of those terrible viewpoints and a terrible player. Why is she there? It really gets me because it's one of those if she was good at playing, if she played really well, then I would shut up about it. Be like, okay, I don't agree with her, but she's not playing well. So now it just makes her viewpoints even that much worse. So as I said before, I hope she plays well because I care about this team, but I don't expect much from her. And she crapped it up. And Jaden Shaw too. Jaden should have gotten the start, in my opinion. For her to fall so far down on the depth chart list when she had such an explosive start with the U.S. women's national team and currently has 7 goals in 16 appearances for us, and she won the Golden Ball at the inaugural W Gold Club, that's who should have started, in my opinion. But it didn't happen. Girls, let's do some finishing drills before our first game. I would like to see some goals.
So are you starting to question Emma so right out of the gate? Or you still think she's filling out her squad?
Every other decision by Emma I have liked so far, and just because I love a coach doesn't mean that they're always going to make the right decision all the time. So I'm not definitely 100%. I am not Emma out. I'm Emma in. I'm so Emma in.
That's what's
But
keeping me like at when it's 0-0, I'm like, okay, but I've what you fed me all the stuff about Emma, and I'll read,
yeah,
looked into it and saw just everything she touched worked.
yeah. I believe this is more of a Emma had to quickly pick a squad without spending a lot of time with them. Corbin has already has been integrated into the team, and that people that can play her role or play the defensive midfielder role, we've struggled with depth in that role. So it's one of those like, okay, what's the drop off? So you start a Sam Coffey, she's really good. The drop off to Corbin Albert is really low. What's the drop off after Corbin Albert?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's one of those that why she's on the squad, but I think she's more trouble than because she is still audibly getting booed at the games, and Emma has spoken that does affect her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said this last week and the week before that if I was any other team's fans, I'd be booing because it seems to affect her.
Yeah, if you can get in someone's head, do it.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, not really much to speak about, but I just yeah.
It's gonna be fine. We're fine.
We're
We can't
fine.
lose our composure.
We're fine. We're fine. What's not fine is Argentina. We spoke about them last week. They won Copa America. We were celebrating them. We were giving them their praise. But after Argentina won Copa America, there is a video that was posted online of Argentine players singing a racist fan-made song against France, indicating that France's team is actually African and not French. In a press release statement from the FFF, the French Federation, the president, Philippe Diallo, strongly condemns the unacceptable racist and discriminatory comments made against the players of the French team as a part of a song sung by players and supporters of the Argentine team after their victory in Copa America, and broadcast in a video on social networks. Faced with seriousness of these shocking remarks, contrary to the values of sport and human rights, the president of the FFF decided to directly challenge his Argentine counterpart and FIFA and to file a lawsuit for abusive remarks of a racial and discriminatory nature. And our favorite Argentine American, Gavincho, took to Twitter to say, regarding the song at the end of the video, it is absolutely uncalled for, embarrassing, shameful, disgusting, and simply racist. If you want to sing something like that, don't wear a nation's colors. But also, it's fitting in our colors. This is a showcase of Argentina's issues with race and nationality. I don't cry and scream for my country to win competitions to co-sign those words. As an Argentinian, I've always admit to our problems and not shy away. The same feelings I have as an American, I have for Argentina. My Argentina family in the U.S. and Argentina didn't raise me like that and don't have those feelings, but the loud majority of people who represent a country or who are large personalities overshadow the people who are disgusted by this. Obviously, there are many people who don't feel that way, but the demons on social media, those players who sung it on live, and even a damn psycho president will always show the world the deep-rooted issues with their homeland. One of the many reasons I don't feel comfortable going back with my family. So, throwing it over to you, Josh. Your thoughts?
I mean, every time I watch, especially like during the World Cup or something, they always have like the end racism and stuff like that. I was like, yep, that's it, guys. We solved it. We did it. Congratulations. Go the world. No. When it comes to this, especially the tribal stuff, especially when you go against a different country, soccer hooligans. You thought like American football, like you thought when the Raiders play the 49ers, it feels like there's a fight every 3 seconds in the crowd. Go see some soccer hooligans, and they're everywhere. and it just stinks. It always muddy. It always like what? Especially you just won Copa, and damn it, all you had to do is just not do this, and
Right.
we wouldn't have cared. We would have sing for me Argentina into the sunset, and being happy that Messi, with his unfortunate injury, was still able to win. Probably his last game with Argentinian colors on. But unfortunately, you had to taint it
Right.
with this, and it's just, unfortunately, it's not just an American issue, it's not just an Argentinian issue, it's literally a world issue. With that, we always want to, I feel like the people that are doing that are minority instead of majority. I feel confident in that, but unfortunately, when it comes to whatever, the minority seems to be the loudest, and unfortunately that's the one that the majority hears and then reacts to it, and then it's kind of like when one kid messes up in the class, the rest of the class gets also. It's kind of that thing of like the minority set, the couple of kids acted up in the class, and then but the whole team gets because it's just uncalled for, and unfortunately you have to take these measures in order to make sure it stops and not just a slap on the wrist.
Right. And we saw that too with the people that got arrested for being racist towards oh my gosh, forgetting his name. The Brazilian Vinny Jr. being racist towards him in Spain, and all the racism that he's had to deal with, which we've spoken about, and that it was finally like people getting arrested is probably what's going to stop people being assholes to him. Not that it's wrong, not that it should be that, oh, it's not good to do this to another person. That should stop them from doing it. But no, it has to be these types of measures that stop people from doing it.
Yeah. And kind of, again, going back to Ted Lasso, the episode where Sam's messed up on the soccer field and then they trashed his restaurant and stuff like that, and then he went off and finally broke down. His dad was there. It was a really sweet episode, guys. Ted Lasso is just a gem of a show. But they basically touched on that as like, yes, other teams are being racist, but even your fans are going to give it to you if you don't kick the ball right. And Sam went into that whole thing. Now, I'm not saying that's, obviously it was opposing fans that were being racist towards Junior. What was his first? What was
Vinny Jr.
Vinny Jr. It was other fans, and they got arrested for it. But a lot of times, the biggest like racist and are within your fan base because you didn't do what they wanted to do, and they lost a bet or something.
We've seen that with England.
Yeah.
The English media and the English fans have been super racist to the Black English players for a while.
So, it sucks. I know we're always taking steps in the right direction. Unfortunately, it feels sometimes that we're taking more baby steps than strides.
Yeah.
But it's still in the right direction because you see when the minority speak up, the majority tells them, shut the hell up.
Yeah. And just shout out Gavincho. I feel bad that after celebrating his country winning, he has to
do that.
Yeah. To have pride for your country, and then then this happens, and then it's kind of like that pride goes away. So we're sending our love to Gavincho.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're hilarious.
But on to much more better topic to talk about. Inter Miami, we got a third kit, baby.
Please be good. I've held off. I've been wanting this kit.
Inter Miami revealed their third kit and wore it this past Saturday in their 2-1 win over the Chicago Fire. This is their Miami Dolphins. Well, I think they're calling it the Archive kit.
Oh, please be good.
So,
please be good.
2, 1, and action!
They're selling the shoes too.
Yes,
the jacket.
Amazing. Can I get a coffee?
Okay. I know we have some other videos about it, but first look, I honestly, just because their main colors are pink,
Mhm.
I would have liked. I don't know if I did. I didn't. Maybe I didn't see it there. I would have liked them to put a little pink, like hot around,
Yeah.
wrap around the
There was
Miami.
no pink on this. It was all the teal and orange.
That's fine. I'm being very, very nitpicky here. Just like the little additions to be like, this is still Inter Miami. This is still our colors, but we're also giving ode to Miami Dolphins. And yes, that jacket is. I kind of want that jacket.
Then Inter Miami tweeted out this graphic showing what our players would look like if they played in the 80s.
Yeah.
Look at Messi in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this graphic?
Messi looks like Hall & Oates. Private eyes scoring on you. That's my dad joke for the day. But he does. I forget which one is Hall and which one's Oates. But that's
they asked Drake Callender if he was going to grow out his fro like this picture. He's like, maybe I should.
Yeah. Or Messi kind of has some John Barenthal look there from his hair's a little bit more full because John Barenthal does the more slick back look, but that's definitely John Barenthal from
the one that
Wall
looks
Street.
The weirdest is Ben Ha.
Yeah,
yeah, with that mullet. No,
I mean that's he's straight from that's Duran right there. He's hungry like the wolf. Right, doing 80 references, guys, because they're making them look like they played in the 80s. Get it? Okay, cool.
I kind of I think we should have Drake Callender do that hairstyle. I kind of also love it for Jordi Alba there at the end with the headband.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see some. I mean, that's still people do that hairstyle till today.
Mm-hmm.
But like the mullet, the Hall & Oates thing, the fro is just not very good for soccer. In other sports, it could be, but it's just you're going to be wearing a lot of headbands with that, or put it in a ponytail.
That's the time my older brother, he has curly hair like I do, and he would cut it short for baseball season. He'd let it grow out, and he'd have a fro as a goalkeeper, which Drake Callender is in the normal jersey there, but he's typically in the goalkeeper jersey. But those are my Inter Miami players as if they were in the 80s.
If that jacket, for those out there, if you want to donate to put it, just do a super chat for us so I can buy me an Inter Miami sports jacket.
Are you going to buy the Adidas shoes too?
We'll see about it. But I do like the Miami Dolphins. They for those who don't know, not to sorry to cut you off. So somebody did an AI generated or did just a Photoshop of if they did Miami Dolphins colors. And I shout out to Bobby, my coworker who we've done some stuff with here on this channel, who's a big Miami's everything. Shout out to Finns Talk Sports Network. And I was like, dude, if they make that Miami kit, and here we are. So,
but you want to watch some goals?
Yeah, let's watch some goals.
Let's watch some goals. Matias Rojas scores for Inter Miami in the 6th minute. So let's watch.
Oh yeah, I gotta add a stage.
It is weird not to see pink, though.
Attempting to find Robert Taylor, and somehow he was able to get there in a clever first touch. Now skipping towards the byline, peels it back. It's Rojas!
Not Danny Rojas, by the way, guys, just so you know.
Team play from Inter Miami and Matias Rojas.
You see the orange there on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Chicago scored in the 73rd minute. I guess we'll watch that.
If this was Cincinnati, we wouldn't watch it, but
with us winning and Cincinnati losing, the Inter Miami stays in first place.
Striding forward, Chiho's going for goal himself, and Rafa Chihos
come on.
From the center back position. Figures why not?
How did you?
And Chicago are level in South Florida.
You like the way the number looks?
I love the way the number looks. I really like that. I like their numbers on the back.
And very well-deserved goal by the Chicago Fire. The 2 changes allowed other players to get into the game as well, sustained possession all of a sudden, good numbers going forward, and then the penetration run.
Yeah,
Recognition
boo.
David Ruiz, who just came on.
I mean, just
Jello
how do
Reagan
you
caught in between.
not stop ball
And you know what?
and then let him get the
Let's
corner?
strike the ball. Shoelaces through
I
traffic.
mean, we're good for one dumb goal a game. I made the joke because I was at this game. So, except for one game, every game without Messi, we have beaten our opponents 2-1. So when they tied it 1-1, I was just like, oh, so we winning this game 2-1? I said to my brother. And 2 minutes later, Jordi Alba scores in the 75th minute. So we won this game 2-1.
Preparó el zurdazo, mandó el centro, sacó Pineda, le quedó para Afonso, sale Brady, fallaba Alba, gol. Preparó el zurdazo, mandó el centro.
Yeah, but look at that.
Pineda, le quedó para Afonso.
Ball in the air. Comes
Bad,
out.
bad miscommunication there.
Bad miscommunication.
That was bad miscommunication there by the keeping 22. He also didn't say he never told 22 that he was coming, and he never put his hands up to catch the ball.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah. Their mistake is our win.
Yeah, and I thought your center striker there was off just from the angle when they first kicked the ball. I thought he was off, but he was not. And
this show is just really becoming the let's look at designs of things.
Hey, it's a fashion show before we get to the 5 rings next week, guys. So
yes. We got Michael B. Jordan designs the kit for Bournemouth. Michael B. Jordan is part owner of the Premier League club Bournemouth, and he designed a limited edition shirt to be worn against Wrexham and Arsenal during their preseason tour in the US. So I guess up the cherries, and what do you think of this design?
What's the print on there? I can't really tell so much of like the little.
Yeah,
little
it's probably
print.
cherries.
Maybe. Okay. Honestly, the collar's cool. That's a different thing. But other than that, it's kind of basic.
Yeah.
To me. But doesn't say simple is good. You know, you don't want to overdo it. But you know, it's just like, who's that? I don't know. They're the red and black team. Cool. Like it just doesn't exude like, you know, it. I know this isn't, they're not in the same league, but like Man United, they're the Reds. Like when you see that jersey, it has that presence of, oh crap.
They are in the same league. Ththere Both in the Premier League.
Oh, well, anyway, it shows you how much I pay attention. But still, like I'm saying, like these guys put on the red jersey. I'm like, it's not Man United though. Now, granted, Man United's got a little more history when it comes to winning.
Man United is also scum.
I'm aware of what people think of Man United. I'm just saying they have that presence now. But Man United has definitely fallen compared to where they used to. This is me probably talking the 2004 brain guys. Okay, so
yeah. This is also you're talking to a Leeds United fan, and Man United will always be scum.
West Ham. All right.
But Josh, where can the people find us?
They can find us. We do multiple shows, not only on here. We're trying to do this through the 5 rings, and then we'll start doing fantasy football stuff after that. But then we also can find us on Game Dudes. We should be coming back here. And it's sorry we had some technical issues last Tuesday, so we apologize for that. We try to go live, but my computer was just being stupid. But we will be going live tomorrow, Game Dudes, for that. At 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and then on Thursday you'll join us here. Wednesday we are doing Ruckus Wrestling following AEW Dynamite because your boy's going to watch Deadpool on Thursday. So and so I've got to go. I've already bought tickets. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this movie forever. He is my favorite comic book character. But anyway. You will find me and Justin going on Wednesday. So that would be premiering at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central for that. And then you can also join us at patreon.com/RuckusEV. We typically would go live on Twitter, but they made us, they kind of put a little price block on us being able to stream live there. But hey, the more you subscribe, the more you ring that bell, the more we can afford to stream in other places. So help your peoples out here at Rev. And also join us over at the Discord, which is all the links are down below. We have a lot of fun there, talking all types of things in the world of pop culture, wrestling, politics, if that's your thing. Not really mine. I know it's been a political hotbed right now. I just look at it and say, cool. Not really, but still just moving along because I don't want to rack my brain with that much stress. And so I just stick with sports because it gives me enough stress as it is. I don't need to care about world politics just because it's going to add to it.
You're a Dallas Cowboy fan and a Reds fan. I don't think you need more stress in your life.
And a Louisville fan if you think about it. But anyway, but that's where you can find us there. And please join us. Hit that bell because we do a lot of content, and also the Lovely Soul posts our segments as well on here. So please help the algorithm on letting people other outside of us notice. So if you just jump in, just hit that like on every video you see. Watch our content. Tell us in the comments what we could do better, what you would like to see more. Obviously, we have on Discord. We always say, "Hey, what do you want us? What do you want to talk about?" To quote Cody Rhodes over at Ruckus Rest.
So when you join our Discord, you can be a part of our show by letting us know what you want to talk about.
Yeah. So that's all I've got. If I've missed anything, let me know. Also, side note, right before we wrap up, I forgot about NFL news. Brandon Ayuk is asking for a trade over in San Francisco. I don't think it's going to happen because San Francisco is trying to win the Super Bowl, and they can't do it without Brandon Ayuk. So we'll see how that works. But that's as far as the offseason goes right now for the NFL. But we're getting ready to really ramp up with NFL news coming as the weeks go on.
Ready for a walk-off video?
Yep, let me bring it up.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the good things.
All the good things. And here it is. Your moment is in.
Had one wish, we would be best friends. Love would never end, it would just begin. Thank you.
Okay, so is the person over 30? Sorry, DT.
Yerka.
No.
BG.
I knew it!
So, how do we start?
3 questions?
Yeah. We're so bad.
All right, we done.
Yeah, this is horrible. Is this person a post player? Out of here. Oh, that was a great freaking question. Is this person new to the league? That was a bad question.
Remember how to do it?
Yes, I'm just not good at this game. Yo, I'm sorry. My Stanford brain is working right now. I was gonna go with DT. Dang. Are they taller than 6 feet? Because literally everybody's 6 feet and taller. Like.
Okay. Well,
I got cheated.
Can we do it?
It was me.
Oh my God. Is it Alicia Gray?
Yeah.
Yeah! Alicia, I got you right, friend. Yeah. Lefties forever. Did y'all see the technique behind that? Like, friend, I was dissecting. Like, you feel me? I was the red, the colors, the numbers. It matters. I'm gonna drop the mic.
Those are good questions. All right.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
See y'all.